previously I've done a video on how I have a problem with PvP. I don't like PvP in online games. Unfortunately, this is like the most popular thing to do in today's gaming culture. And I like to kind of go deeper into how I feel, games is not just a game. Your game behavior reflect, a bit of real life and a bit of your true nature as well. When I was playing the Ultima Online back in 1998, almost 20 years ago, there was one particular person that really have made an impression on me for his dickhead behaviors. I even had conversation with him because I met him so many times and I kind of confronted his behaviors. Yeah, I find out that he was a Scottish guy, and he wasn't a little kid. So I can't remember his name, so I'm just gonna call him the Scottish lad. No offense to anyone Scottish here, it's just that this particular person was, to me, a dickhead, and he happened to be Scottish. In this server we were playing, I think it's called Britannia. The first time I met him, we were, me and a couple of buddies were trying to fight some ice troll. So it was an ice environment. And what he would do is, while we're engaging a battle, he would then arouse, sorry, I said arouse, I mean rouse, a bunch of other monsters to follow him, and he would drag them onto us, and then he would cast a spell or use a skill to disappear. So we were totally overwhelmed by the monsters and subsequently died. He would then loot our bodies to take what he could, and then go to sort of disappear again. We were all helpless, as ghosts, just watching this lad looting our bodies, and then he would disappear right next to your dead body until his grey cooldowns disappear. Then he'll reappear as a new man with no criminal record, you can't even kill him unless you want to go grey, which you're subjected to be attacked by other legit players. So it's just a blatant loss. And then later on we kind of revisit this place on the same day. We'll be killing monsters, and he'll come along, just wait until you're just about to finish this big bad monster. He'll take the final blow right next to the monster and then loot all the loot from the monsters. I remember very vividly, I asked, could you stop stealing our monsters, please? He went, how is this monster's yours? Question mark. I just went speechless that you have the front to even, be a dick like this. Ultima Online has a reputation system. So when you do good things, you get a good title before your name. If you do bad, likewise, you get a bad title. So for the Scottish lad that I've mentioned, he often has a shit name, like the despicable blah blah, because he will loot people's body and steal, and that's his nature. He liked to hurt other people's and exploit on other people's misfortune, and that's quite normal. You often see him have a shitty title in front of his name. But one day I was outside of town and I was fighting some little monsters. Obviously he hung around to see if I would die and do his usual business. I had a look at his name, and he got the title as the glorious blah blah blah. And that just sums it up, the society. These people, right, for all the bad things he did, has no bad karma at all. He knows the game very well. He knows what the game is like, how to play it, hurt others, and then, you know, become wealthy and successful if those he earned all that based on legitimate hard work. I was just shaking my head. Since then, it really kind of set a foundation of how I play online RPG, or online games in general. How, from Ultima Online, of course, the mage were the most powerful class there is to do, and I deliberately don't play the mage very much. I always played like the underdog warrior stereotype, or maybe an archer. Because I want to have that opportunity to use an underdog character to overcome the powerful mage. Or I deliberately want to play the supportive player just to never to have the opportunity to become that dickhead. Those dickheads. So it pretty much set me the foundation of being, like the nice, honest boy. Um, it doesn't get me a lot of success, I don't mean to try to be a hero or be the persons that others look up on, I just really, it's just my kind of moral rejections for those um, assholes that I've met. But what makes me think about all this of why I have, trying to be a nice guy all the time in an online game. Sorry, I don't mean to compliment myself because it's just that I don't credit misbehaviors and or mischiefs that a lot of people do in online games. But what makes me think about all this is that I actually recently enjoy PvP, competing and playing against other players, was inspired by my experience playing the Division open beta. What it does is it allows you to participate in the dark zone. The dark zone is just an open PvP world. You can kill other players, but upon you turning rogue and killing other players, it will send out a signal to those near you enough. They will get where you are approximately on their map, which subsequently could lead them to come and, you know, finish you off, to kill you, to hurt you. So that's kind of like a lot more balanced in terms of the power between the offender and the victims, in compared to many others online games. It's a lot more balanced, and other people actually have a chance to give you a taste of a little bit of karma, where, say, in Ultima Online, there are less of that. I talked about the moral side of things in games, and I think some people would just say, mate, it's only a game, you take it way too seriously. I kill other players, I enjoy it because the game designed for me to do this. I kill other players because it's funny. I am role playing an asshole. It's only a game. These are the most common response for people being a dickhead. None of this justify them, because you can also roleplay as somebody with justice. You can choose to be helpful to other players rather than to be a dickhead. But out of all this, you've picked to kill other players, to be a dick, exploit them or whatever, take advantage of them. Sometimes even for no gain except for the satisfaction that you can, ambush somebody. That's because your dickhead behavior reflects you. Unfortunately, that is you. A dickhead. You can have a look at a large numbers of videos online right now on the Division, where there are guides teaching other players how to be a rogue and ambush other players. You look at most of their kills, none of them kills were constructive or have other reason other than to have won over somebody. It's not because this person potentially carry good loots. You look at them, takes the kills, it's because they were in advantage, so they took the opportunity. The true intention is to kill another player. Reflects you. And he in the video claims that he's role playing. Yeah, mate, you were born in that role. A dickhead. But by all means, in any society, there are gonna be dickheads, and there are gonna be the good guys, people you like and people you don't like. But what that means to the today's contemporary computer games is that the PvP has becomes a lot more refined, evident by the from the dark zone, and legit players has a lot more tools to defend or to fight against other dickheads. So it certainly is that good. It become a benchmark for me to reflect what I didn't like about my previous PvP experience and what I like. So it has been a very inspirational beta test by playing the Division, and it's a platform for you to become who you are. If you're a dickhead, go and be yourself, because there are those not dickheads out there. Ah, fuck, I don't know what I'm talking about, mate. But yeah, it's been me. Thank you for listening. Bye.